Lost media, something that has become a lot more popular throughout the past few years. Everyone wants to see the banned and hidden episodes of shows like SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs' panty raid. No, seriously, who thought this was a good idea?
Frilly things! We hit the jackpot!
But did you know, games could also be lost to time? From games shutting down to the creator just feeling bad. It's not that uncommon that these things happen. You wouldn't think big video game titles would have this issue. I mean, seriously, Garfield Kart Furious Racing will never be lost to time. But what if I told you one of the most beloved horror series had a game that was almost forgotten about? I'm talking about Silent Hill and its incredibly successful demo, PT. PT is really special. Very few titles have reached the level of infamy this game has. Even though it is a short demo, people say it is the scariest horror game they have ever touched. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start from the very beginning. Not that far back. PT was released in August 2014. Other notable things that happened in 2014 was the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Also the Ebola outbreak. The game was released exclusively on the PS4. It was developed by Kojima Productions, the company that also made the hit game Penguin Adventure. I mean, also Metal Gear Solid, but who really cares about that? PT stands for Playable Teaser. This sounds really stupid, but I did not know this at first, and I thought it meant something more, important. But unfortunately, this game got cancelled in 2015. It was wiped off the PlayStation Store and only old PS4s that have the game can play it still. This sucks because it won multiple awards for being as scary as it was. It was incredibly hyped up because it was supposed to be the next installment of the series. They would call this game Silent Hills. Yes, they did just add on an S to Silent Hill. The game opens up with this text. Watch out, the gap in the door. It's a separate reality. The only me is me, or you sure the only one is you? You wake up on the floor and you seem very distraught. It takes you longer to get up than Joshua Blocks takes to say a full sentence.
Why is it called a subway if it's above ground?
You walk through this door and you're greeted with a hallway. Also, instead of this game being in third person, it's in first person. There are many points where it also tries to conceal your identity in this game. As you walk down the hallway, you hear the radio talking about a husband who murdered his wife and kids. On the floor, it is shown that there are many bottles of alcohol. This shows that the father was an alcoholic and was probably abusive in many other ways. The radio is actually very important. We will keep coming back to it because it keeps saying more things about the story. In this moment, it tells us the full story about the murder though. It started with the father grabbing the rifle. He shot his pregnant wife in the stomach while she was in the kitchen. The 10-year-old son wanted to check out what the noise was, but got shot too. The 6-year-old daughter got scared and hid in the bathroom. The father lured her out by saying it was just a game. Whenever she left, she was shot in the chest. Neighbors reported the father repeating loud numbers out loud for the past few days before the murders. It also mentions how there was a similar murder of a father killing his entire family. The radio cuts to static and that's the only thing you can hear. If we look to the right, we see a picture of the husband and wife. The wife's name is revealed to be Lisa. The husband's name is unknown. You walk down the stairs and you won't believe what's behind the door. Today's sponsor. I'm joking, I only have 1,000 subscribers. But in all reality, if you like this content, subscribe and I'll do more like this. Whenever you walk past the door, you realize that it's the same hallway as before. Everything is exactly the same as before, except for this picture. It seems to be ripped up and it reads, "My voice, can you hear it? This is a sign, can you read it? I'll wait forever if you just come to me." Other than that, everything else is normal. You just have to walk forward and... oh. Well, the door's locked. This forces you to go backwards to find a different way around this. As you get close to the bathroom, this happens. There's something in the bathroom and they keep slamming on the door. After you turn the corner again, you realize that the picture's on the floor. It has R3 on it. Walking back, you can see that the door's open. If you haven't noticed yet, this game is looping. It makes you worry even more whenever some small thing is out of place. Whenever you enter this room, you hear a low growl. And more thuds. Seriously, how long is this person going to be in the bathroom for? After the rattle, you're able to hear Lisa cry in the bathroom. We can assume that this is because her daughter was shot and killed in the bathroom. The door is open, so you can just continue onward. I'll just let this next section speak for itself and play out. You're finally able to see what Lisa looks like in the bathroom. A cool thing to mention is how Lisa is rendered in this game. She jitters very violently and it's very uneasy to look at, alongside the fact that her model is covered in blood around the area she was shot in. Also, this isn't my footage. If you go to Lance McDonald's YouTube, you can find these full videos. They're also in the description. After that quick jump scare, you're able to move on to the next area. And by next area, I mean the exact same building. The crying is heavier and deeper in this section. It gets louder and louder until you turn the corner to see Lisa staring at you. The game forces you to walk forward to the dark abyss where Lisa was once standing. The crying is incredibly loud, and once you get close enough, this will happen. The crying stops and a bunch of cockroaches appear. Cockroaches are seen a lot in this game. They are used to symbolize the presence of Lisa, and they're also just pretty creepy to look at. I would say this is the turning point of the game. Everything gets more intense and everything starts to go downhill. The bathroom opens up and you're able to go in. And oh boy, you're given a flashlight. You know, it's never a good sign whenever a horror game gives you a flashlight. It always means that the game will just get scarier. As you pick up the flashlight, the door gets shut. You then hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Lisa is coming for you. The attention to detail in this game is just amazing. Since Lisa only has one shoe on, you're only able to hear one footstep. And yes, the model is actually rendered whenever you're in the bathroom. This game is only a demo, by the way. I don't understand how this game is almost 10 years old now and looks better than most games coming out today. Whenever you're in the bathroom, you're gonna want to look at the sink. It shows Lisa's fetus that was forcefully killed. Also, you can't see your face in the mirror. You know, everything kind of just goes downhill in the bathroom. But after that short segment, you're able to leave the bathroom and go on to the next area. After picking up the flashlight, you're now being followed by Lisa. No, seriously, Lisa's always behind you, but you just can't see her. In the next area, the radio turns back on. It repeats the same dialogue as before, but it adds some things.
Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started. You can't trust the tap water. 204-863. Look behind you. I said, look behind you.
Looking behind you actually doesn't do anything, but later on you will be able to die by Lisa. Like in the next section. If you do not click on this picture and instead look around, Lisa will kill you. The dying animation in this game is terrifying. Lisa will pick you up and slam you into her body. She'll drop you to the floor and your lifeless body will just lay there. You then wake back up and you have to figure out what you did wrong. Leaving this section, you'll see this text above the door. Forgive me, Lisa, there's a monster inside me. This is obviously the husband, but it raises many more questions. Like, what is causing him to do this? Why would he kill Lisa? Moving on to the next room, you hear the baby crying again. Nothing of note happens in this room. Oh my god! If you look up, Lisa will be staring back at you. Once again, if we go in the code of the game, we'll be able to see Lisa fully. That's not how people work. Next section, you can hear squishy, disgusting noises. Turning the corner will reveal the light turned red. Walking closer, you can see a fridge hanging from the ceiling. The fridge is dripping blood and you can hear crying coming from it. The radio then reveals something important.
After killing his family, the father hung himself with a garden hose in the garage.
This shows the father felt guilty of what he did. The next room, everything goes downhill. Instead of crying, it's screaming from the fridge. There's also a puzzle in this room while everything is happening. You have to walk back from this sign that says hello to this phrase on the wall 4 times. Every time you do it, you bring a letter over from hello. Every time you walk back and forth, it gets more intense. Lisa even opens the bathroom door and you can hear her crying. After you complete the phrase, it says, I can hear them calling to me from hell. This can relate to the monsters in his head. You can also hear this cackle whenever you finish it. This does unlock the next section and you're able to move on. Whenever you walk in, the first change can be seen. The clock is at 12 now. The radio is also chanting weird things. It's unintelligible and you're not able to understand anything. It's almost demonic-like. Never mind, it's just Swedish. In the next area, your move speed is increased. All the pictures on the wall are also replaced with disturbing imagery. Instead of it being the short hallway you're used to before, it got longer. You keep walking until you see this peephole on the wall. Before going any further, this is incredibly dark and it's just warning. Okay, cool. The peephole leads into the bathroom. This scene is Lisa's husband forcing an abortion on her. He gouges her eye out and then kills her. This is the full scene.
Our society is rotten to the core. I'm talking to all the fine, upstanding folks got their welfare cut, got their jobs pulled out from under us. You know what to do. Now's the time. Do it.
The radio transmission reveals a lot during this section. It talks about how there was a tough financial time. It's almost like a call to action.
Now's the time. Do it.
After leaving the peephole, the text "No turning back" will appear above it. You hear the bathroom door open and you have to go inside. Once you enter, the fetus will start speaking to you.
You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in booze.
It was revealed that after the husband lost his job because of the financial crisis, he started drinking a lot. He forced Lisa to get a job to pay for his addiction. The fetus then says that the only reason she kept the job was because the manager liked how she looked in a skirt. It implies that Lisa had sexual relations with this man. The husband, in his alcoholic rage, decided to kill Lisa after figuring it out. After killing her and his entire family, he hung himself with the garden hose. It stops speaking and you're finally able to leave the room. I forgot to mention this, but do you remember this picture? There's hidden sections of the picture all around the game. I mention this now because whenever you open the menu, you get the second to last one. The final one then can be found right here. The full picture is now complete and weird things start to happen. Your screen will distort, then this demonic voice starts repeating 204863.
204863.
These were the same numbers that the husband was repeating. But then, almost a fourth wall break happens. The game crashes. Well, it fakes a crash. There's actually 6 different crash screens that could occur. Whenever you come to, you're in the starting room again. No cockroach though. Turning around, you will see a brown bloody bag on the table. The bag will shake and say something. This is thought to be the fetus in the bag. There's a secret ending in this game. It's very weird and it's very confusing how people figured this out. You first walk up to the clock and wait a full minute. Yes, like actually just waiting here. This bell summons Lisa. You can start hearing her breathing again. Whenever you're standing in the hallway, you have to say Jareth into the microphone. The baby will laugh and that's how you know it worked. Or you can say Jack. The microphone is very lenient in this game. As the controller vibrates, you just have to sit there and stay. I just realized I'm giving a tutorial on how to get the secret ending in this game. You can't even play this game anymore. Ah, it's fine, it's cool. If you did everything right, the phone will start ringing. The phone will say you've been chosen. And will unlock the exit door. Walking through the door for the final time will have a monologue from the fetus. It says that the father was a drag. It says he was basically a broken man. It mentioned the way the father killed was very boring as well. But then it says this.
I will be coming back, and I'm bringing my new toys with me.
The trailer for the game then plays. I won't go over it, but it does reveal who you were playing during this game. Norman Reedus. And that is the end of the game. This is a demo. People loved this game and the amount of detail in it is insane. I mean, literally look at this. They released PT in 2014 and didn't release another Silent Hill game until 2023. They had almost a perfect demo and then dropped the ball. I'm sorry if I didn't go too in depth in this video. I just really wanted to talk about this game. Also, I never made a video like this before. If you like this video, just click the button.